And welcome back, everyone, and a happy birthday to Quentin Blake. Quentin, you're only getting one because Quentin you're one of those individuals who consistently gives me your suggestions over and over again when I have gotten the ones that you have repeatedly given me. They are in the book. You don't have to keep suggesting them. It's not going to make it come any faster. And you're only getting one birthday request. Sorry. They anyway. That said, your birthday request. You asked me the question. Who do I think would win in a fight? Beerus from Lord Beerus from Dragon Ball Z, or Divine Spawn? I don't know how Spawn sounds, except save for the animated show, which I have not seen in years, and I mean decades of years. Um, and the live action movie. So okay, Spawn, in and of himself, normally is a pretty powerful guy. We're talking about a guy with vast amounts of magic, dark energy, enhanced regeneration, physicality, ability to summon weapons, control the dead, things along those lines. Divine Spawn, however, is a complete level above, like leagues beyond that. He was pretty much the de facto deity of his world at that point, save for the mother of creation. He literally beat and trapped God and Satan in a pocket dimension and recrafted the universe in his own image. He all of Spawn's abilities he has under his belt, including matter manipulation, mind control, summoning the dead, again, so forth and so on. So the question really would be, what kind of individuals could even go toe to toe with an individual like this Spawn? Because this Spawn is clearly an individual who is beyond just your standard universal level. He's easily probably in the multiversal level of power, minimum. However, there's nothing indicating just where his level of reach. He's able to time travel as well. He's able to rewrite time, space, and reality, pretty much the universe into his own image, how he wants. So it would seem that Beerus should not be able to stand a chance against someone this powerful. Well, hold on just a minute. Because Spawn is still bound by the limitations of his universe, in the sense that it's still the universe that we it's still our reality's universe. It's still the size of our universe, which is so large that we barely can really figure out the size of it. We have a rough scale idea, but it's so big we can barely figure it out. However, the Dragon Ball universe as we know it is roughly 9 to 13 times bigger than our universe. And Beerus, in just a punch clash, not going a full power, was able to nearly destroy it going against Goku and Super Saiyan God. And we know as full power, he could easily destroy the universe probably a couple times over. Beerus is a multiversal level being, and yet he's completely outclassed by Zeno, the angels, all that. Like Zeno can literally just go squish, basically snap the universe out of existence. Beerus actually has to put the effort in, whereas Zeno can do it like with no effort. But what I'm trying to get at here is the problem Spawn might actually face in a fight with Beerus is the fact that Beerus's level of power might, and I mean like power output, not necessarily his abilities. His power output might actually supersede Spawn's. Because remember, like I just said, the Dragon Ball universe is roughly 9 to 13 times bigger. If I lowball, that's 9 times bigger than the universe Spawn recreated. But even if I highball, and most people these days usually accept it around like 13. So theoretically, the amount of energy Spawn would have to put into destroy and recreate the universe, Beerus could do 9 times over casually. So maybe not casually, but with very little effort on his part. Now, then it would just be a matter of could he overcome all the Spawn's overall abilities? And I would say the majority of them probably, because in Dragon Ball Z we know that higher levels of Ki can override certain abilities. They are capable of basically negging other attacks. But again, that's all dependent on how powerful you actually put Spawn at. The fact of the matter is, we just don't have a gauge of how powerful Divine Spawn technically is in comparison to a Dragon Ball Z character who is multiversal from a universe 13 times his universe's own size. So it's a very hard to gauge scaling. I will say this: the one power, and I do mean the one power, the one real power Beerus would have problems with is the time travel ability. Beerus has no real counter to time travel. He's very aware of when time travel happens, apparently, and him and Whistler basically said, yeah, there's rules against that. You're not allowed to do that, which is why he doesn't time travel very often, if at all. But he's aware of time travel's existence and how to do it. He probably even knows how to. He just doesn't. Or at the very least, Whis knows how to. In fact, we know Whis can time travel, reverse time, all that with the staff. So, but the question then would become, does the time travel thing matter at all? Is this Spawn having the ability to travel through time matter in this fight? Could he? And I would argue it could kind of be like when the Flash outran a lantern ring by literally jumping forward in time. He moved so fast he jumped forward in time. This could be the point where Spawn might be able to basically, in combat with Beerus, move to a point in time where Beerus is not expecting the attack. Now, Beerus still has all his standard abilities, his ability to use Ki, Hakai, Destruction Energy, and he can access Ultra Instinct to a certain level. Which means Spawn trying to take the advantage over him with, like, say, a time jump wouldn't really work. He would hypothetically have to go so far back in time to probably wipe, or so far forward in time they just have to wait till Beerus either died or so far back he was no longer the god of destruction, or he was not the god of destruction. Which begs the question: who was the god of destruction before Beerus in Universe 7? We know that gods get replaced, or they can retire anyway. So I guess the question is, would Spawn just have because it is one of the limitations I did read is he has the limitations of a human imagination. Would he theoretically think to go back in time all the way to Beerus's birth, or I don't know, go to a point where Beerus is asleep? I don't know. And even if he did, would it be enough to take him out? Again, I think Beerus might actually have keep in mind, we're talking power output. We're not talking overall abilities. Spawn's ability to recreate a universe is not an ability Beerus has. His ability to trap people in dimensions is not an ability Beerus has. Manipulating matter, apart from Hakai, not an ability Beerus has. But we're not talking about their abilities. We're talking about their pure power output. And I would actually, I think I lean towards Beerus in that category, which means a lot of Spawn's abilities would either just not work because Beerus's power overwhelms his, or they would just be weakened. I think really what puts it in Spawn's favor, though, is the time travel capabilities and his ability to use it willingly. Because Beerus, even though he's aware of time travel, and he needs Whis to kind of do actual time travel, he himself does not have a time travel ability. So the ability to travel through timelines is really what kind of does it in favor to Divine Spawn, because he can, again, just move so far into the future that Beerus eventually is just dead or gone. Or goes so far back in time that Beerus is either asleep and just tries to take him out in his sleep, which might not work, to be honest. Or he just goes so far back that Beerus was no longer the god of destruction and then takes him out then. So, yeah, I think the only thing I honestly think Spawn has that gives him the edge here in the fight is his ability to travel through time. So, yeah, I will go Divine Spawn on this fight. Now, I think Beerus overall could win the fight if Divine Spawn does not ultimately figure out to go in time and take out Beerus or just wait Beerus out. then yeah, or I mean, theoretically, he could trap Beerus in another dimension, but Beerus theoretically could break out of the dimension. That's how much power Beerus has. Because he was already ripping his own reality apart. But yeah, I think Beerus would actually overwhelm Spawn with his overall power. But in the overall, looking at everything they had on the table, I would go Divine Spawn. But who do you got in this fight? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one. Have a good one.